Good morning. My name is Catina Haugen. I'm the principal of a small elementary school in Petaluma, California called Grant School, about 400 students, kindergarten to 6th grade. And I wanted to talk with you about some projects that our students execute in and of their own accord with some coaching around planning and problem solving. The first one, a couple of kids wander into the office, very good friends, love animals, have an idea that they might do some good for the animal shelter. They're thinking of raising some money and some items. So this is their plan in a nutshell. So clearly we have to sit down and work out some details. So they come in. My office door is always open. I get lots of kids coming in to visit all the time with ideas like this and others. We sit down and we talk. So for collecting money, how might we do that? We need to do it legally. We need to do it in a way that we can turn it over to the Humane Society easily. Items, what do they need? Do they need leashes? Do they need food? Let's call them, let's find out. What kind of timeline might be best? We're talking about elementary school students that are probably going to go home and ask mom or dad for some help. So they might need a few weeks to follow up if they'd like to. So the girls leave, they've got their plan, they make their phone calls, they consider some of their options, they meet with me again. We have a weekly assembly at our school. That's where projects like this are kicked off, and so we needed a script. We can't talk for 15 minutes to 400 students. It's just not going to work. So how do we make a succinct plug with what to do and where things go, what the goal is, to our entire school? They did a great job. They wrote a nice little script. We practiced. We talked about where we'll collect things. Not a very large office, so we need some tidy boxes, places to put money so that it's secure. Who's going to count the money? It's not my project. They're going to count the money. I showed them how they might register the coins and the checks, turn that over to our PTA treasurer. They needed to handle the entire thing from start to finish. They did an amazing job. We raised about $50 for our Petaluma Humane Society, and they handed over a bucket full of animal items as well. Very proud of themselves. They completed their project by sharing those results with the school at a subsequent weekly assembly so that everyone could feel the benefit of all the good they had done. The thing that's happening currently is for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Rubber band bracelets, I'm sure you've seen those, very popular right now. And a couple of friends came in, just like the earlier ones. They have a friend who's receiving some treatment at the hospital. And they thought, wouldn't that be nice if we could give them some bracelets, cheer them up? Okay, so that was their plan, right? Clearly we had to talk it out. How are we going to collect them? Who's going to deliver them? Can children at the hospital even wear a bracelet? I'm sure they've got lots of paraphernalia around. They made the calls, they made a plan. They even went so far as when kids brought in rubber bands, they had to put them in a Ziploc baggie. And then they all went in this large box. I've never seen so many of these rubber band bracelets in my life. It was so successful. Parents are probably thrilled their Christmas gifts are going to a good cause. But these girls did the same thing. They wrote their script. They got their plan organized, and they are executing a beautiful piece of community service, a beautiful piece of philanthropy that has nothing to do with them except their heart to give. And that's a beautiful thing to see in elementary school. And I can only imagine how these experiences are going to be magnified as they move through their educational careers. This empowerment, this ability to problem solve and plan with coaching, right? Adults are there right alongside helping them along. But this experience will lead to bigger things. It will lead to, who knows? And that's the exciting thing about elementary school is I don't have to worry about where it's leading, but I know it will do good in the future because it is right now. There's no doubt about it.
Hi, I'm Greg Weaver from Technology High School on the Sonoma State campus. And I've got two examples of entrepreneurial thinking in action I'd like to share with you. The first is a project that I do with my freshman science and engineering students. It's the Sustainable House Project, which has students do research into sustainability, the importance of sustainability, and then using their research into alternative energy technology as well as green building design, the students design and build a model of a sustainable home that would be suitable for living in certain parts of the country, and they put together a presentation and do it as a sales pitch, because sustainability is important. We need to protect the resources that we have, and the best way to do this is to get people to buy into the concept of sustainability and to realize that it is something that they can do, whether they're buying a home or they're simply looking to upgrade the appliances in their home. There are steps that they can do to reduce their environmental impact. And the student presentations focus on that and are done, as I said, as a sales pitch to get potential buyers to buy into the idea of sustainability. The second project is a project I do with my senior engineering students, which their senior project is to come up with an idea, develop that idea to the point where it is marketable. They produce a prototype, a business plan and budget, and a marketing plan. The idea being they are presenting as their final presentation their products to a panel of venture capitalists, and they are trying to get these people to open their checkbooks to fund the products that they've come up with. Some of them are absolutely wonderful projects. Previous years have included a Bluetooth-enabled locking system for an automobile, so that when the Bluetooth device is paired to your phone, when you walk within range of your car, it automatically unlocks the doors for you. When you walk away from your car, the doors automatically lock themselves, so you don't have to worry about locking your keys in the cars. This year I've got students who have come up with a quiz app that would replace the mechanical or the audience participation clickers, replacing that hardware with an app that you could download on your phone. The best way I've found to foster students coming up with ideas like this and being involved in this entrepreneurial thinking is to create a safe environment for them, where risk-taking is encouraged, getting them to understand that there is no wrong answer as long as they can explain their rationale or their thought processes and how they came up with their ideas or their solutions. There's no wrong answer, simply better explanations for the answers or the solutions that they've come up with. And I think that creating that environment is one of the key aspects of getting kids to engage in entrepreneurial thinking.